I, who was at the ICU of Chonghua Hospital, who was already declared clinically dead by the doctors, suddenly I got up. When I got up, I feel my head so freeze and my body so light that when I got up, I removed the oxygen from my nose. It's me who removes it. And then it's because there is also a tube beside, and the tube is so long that it reaches down to my intestine. So I have to remove it slowly because it giggles me. And then after removing the tube, I slowly removed the dextrose IV from my hand. And because there was a nurse who saw everything, and she was so afraid that she ran away. In fact, she said, one of the sole of your shoes was broken. When she come back, they have already the doctors, nurses, and the technicians. And when they're all running, and when they reach me, they help me lie down. And one of the doctors put on his stethoscope and examined me. After a short examination, he put out his stethoscope, put it beside him, and he asked for another stethoscope, meaning he did not believe his stethoscope. So he was given another stethoscope, put it on, and re-examined me again. And after a long examination, he looked at my EKG, because every bed in the ICU has its own EKG. And he said, ever since I was admitted at the ICU, my EKG was just in straight line. But now, we were so surprised because my EKG is working normally. It's already working normally. And because the technicians were already present, so they have the ultrasound, laboratory test, x-rays, and brain scan. And all the results were all in negative, meaning I am not sick. So the doctors were surprised, and they said to my wife, Mrs., there must be something wrong with the apparatus. You have to re-examine him again. And my wife conceded, so they have to subject me again to ultrasound, laboratory test, and brain scan, except the x-ray. And all the results were all again in negative, meaning I am not really sick. So the doctor said to my wife, Mrs., there is nothing now that we can do. This is already a miracle. So you have better celebrate a Mass for this occasion. And because our church, and because of that, the media was alerted, the TV, the radio, and the newspaper. And because our religion, the Roman Catholic Church, do not just easily believe in miracles, so it has to be investigated. And the investigation was led by no less than the Archbishop of Cebu, Ricardo Cardinal Vidal. Cardinal Vidal leads the investigation. They started the investigation in March, and in the middle of September that very year, Cardinal Vidal released a paper confirming what happened to me. And he gave me an endorsement letter so that I could give a testimony around the world. Especially that the doctor who attended to me at the ICU, because of what happened to me, he cannot sleep anymore. So he joined the Jesuit order. And from that on until now, Jesus keeps on appearing to me. He keeps on appearing to me. And that is also accepted by our local church, because my spiritual director is Monsignor Chris Garcia. Monsignor Chris Garcia is one of the holiest priests in the Archdiocese of Cebu, and he is also gifted. He has a gift of locution, meaning he can also talk to Jesus, but he cannot see Jesus. But me, Jesus appears to me in a dream that I can see him, I can talk to him, I can touch him, I can even embrace him. And the best thing is, whenever Jesus appears to me, he also informed my spiritual director. In short, there is a confirmation. So wherever I go, it is embraced by the church. And because of that, I am roaming around. And sometimes during my investigation, the doctors asked the priest, where do that blood come from? The blood that was coming from my mouth. Where do the blood come from? Because I have no wound. And why I was not short of blood? Because the blood was coming out continuously with force, with pressure. And then why I was not given a blood transfusion? Because when I got up, everything was normal. So the priest prayed, and after praying, they said that this blood that comes from my mouth was cleansing. That I have to be clean because I have to face the Lord. And because it is also written in the Bible that whoever sees the Lord will have to die. So I have to die. And because I have a mission, so I have to live again. And